Inventors of lipase. Lipase is an enzyme which works to hydrolyze triglyceride into glycerol and fatty acids for digestion. This story features lipase, the fatty acids, water, glycerol, triglyceride, and the catalytic triad. Glycerol has taken lipase's friends, the fatty acids, to form a triglyceride. What is she going to do? Glycerol has used their oxygens to hold each fatty acid with ester bonds. Lipase is going to need some help, so she calls on her sidekicks, the catalytic triad and water. Water is abundant and a great friend. They're always ready to help lipase whenever she needs. The catalytic triad, however, is trapped behind an alpha helical lid. Lipase needs the triad to free the fatty acids. The lipid-water interface opens the lid and the catalytic triad is released. Lipase, water, and the catalytic triad are now ready to attack the triglyceride and free the fatty acids. The catalytic triad is found in the active site of lipase, tucked away as if it were in a cave. It is composed of 3 amino acids, serine, histidine, and aspartic acid. Aspartic acid hydrogen bonds with histidine to generate a strong base. Serine is deprotonated by histidine and becomes a nucleophile. Serine then attacks the carbonyl group of the triglyceride. The attack of serine on the carbonyl carbon of the triglyceride forms a negatively charged tetrahedral intermediate. The carbonyl of the tetrahedral intermediate now takes on a negative charge at the oxygen atom to be stabilized by hydrogen bonding in the oxyanion hole. Instability of the ester bond between the fatty acid and glycerol causes it to break. Fatty acid is then released with the help of histidine, which gives up a proton. The release of the first fatty acid elicits the acyl enzyme intermediate. Lipase needs to keep fighting to release all 3 fatty acids, which means it's time for water to take action. It's time for water to shine. Water enters the active site of the molecule and gives a proton to histidine to make a hydroxide ion. The hydroxide ion, formed from water, attacks the carbonyl carbon of the diglyceride and forms a second tetrahedral intermediate. This is an effective and similar attack to that which involved the collapse of the first tetrahedral intermediate and release of the first fatty acid. Again, the tetrahedral intermediate is stabilized by hydrogen bonding in the oxyanion hole. The ester bonds holding the 2 remaining fatty acids are destabilized and break, causing the second tetrahedral to collapse. All 3 fatty acids are now released from the glycerol backbone. Lipase is now reunited with the fatty acids and ready to attack the next triglyceride. The catalytic triad is also regenerated. Serine gets its proton back from histidine. Lipase is inactivated now, and therefore the catalytic triad is again covered by the alpha helical lid, waiting until it's needed again to break down more triglycerides. The end. Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Lipase.